Hello, friends! So today I am going for Hemingway's A Moveable Feast, and I keep referring to it as a novel. In the beginning he says it's a memoir, but you can think of it as fiction. And I think that's a delightful confusion of terms that, unfortunately, in our more litigious post-James Fry era, I feel would not be possible today, which is a shame. This is an extraordinary series of vignettes, and it brings me to this idea of the narrator, what it means to be a reliable narrator. Hemingway narrates these early years in Paris with his first wife, Hadley. He talks about F. Scott Fitzgerald and Gertrude Stein and Ezra Pound and Ford Maddox Ford and all of these famous characters. And throughout you wonder, as he's being wry and witty and funny and interesting and incredibly insightful, you wonder, how reliable is Hemingway as a narrator, really? He says, the man he's describing Ezra Pound, and he describes him as the man who had taught me to distrust adjectives as I would later learn to distrust certain people in certain situations. And I think this link between people and adjectives is delightful. Adjectives, of course, are untrustworthy in the sense that they're effusive and excessive and sometimes slippery, and people use them when they often mean the opposite. And this idea of linking an adjective to a personality type to also be wary of is beautiful, and it's one of the types of the types of moments where he links sort of craft and observation to humanity that this story is replete with. And it made me realize something about a lot of the writing I really enjoy, including this, which is that great writing is actually, it's not just a success in terms of words, it is a success in terms of insight. It is an act of great insight. And there are moments of beautiful insight here. I'll leave you with a final quote from it, which I think is one of the recurrent themes of the novel slash memoir slash series of vignettes. And this is actually a line that Hemingway ascribes to his first wife, Hadley. She says to him, "Memory is hunger." And I think that sentiment, more than anything else, is the question almost that appears throughout these series of stories. What does it mean to remember something? What makes memory reliable or unreliable? What is emptiness and satiation? Poverty versus spiritual satisfaction. Food versus wine, good company versus penury. And I think these are ideas that recur throughout. And the title itself is A Moveable Feast, and it's this idea that there is this sort of repast to be found in this account of these years. So is memory hunger? And if so, what is the thing that fulfills that hunger? And I think that's sort of the question in which these stories go in search of the answer to. So check it out. I loved it.